hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be giving you guys my quarterly update in my pan everything, my pie project pan, which is basically where I'm going through every single item in my makeup collection, and if they are panable, they are taking part in this project, and I'm trying to hit pan on something. Basically every time I pan an item and then move straight on to the next item on the list, and I'm doing it in age order of when I bought it, so oldest to newest. And yeah, that's pretty much how I have been doing this. I've been doing this project now for, I want to say 3 years now, or nearly 3 years. I think I started this in July of 2021, so it's been a long time coming. We've still got many more items to go. I managed to get my ring light working again, so we're back in here, and of course you can see it is about 6 o'clock. So my last update was in December, so let's go on to my update as of now. And as usual, at the end of this video I will be including some bonus pans, basically what else I've panned within the last 3 months as well. So I'm going to do it in the order they are on my list, so the oldest item rolled in to the newest item, and yeah, let's get into it. Firstly, we have got this. This is a Lord & Berry blush in the shade Lotus, and it looks like this. Oh, please ignore my nails, need to be redone. And you can see actually that we have got like some rings showing. I feel like the rings were showing last quarter too, and maybe even the quarter before then, so they have been shining through for a while, but we have not yet hit pan on this. I rolled this in March 2022, so this has been now rolled in for 2 years, and I've used it 162 times in this project, which is insane, but we've not hit pan on it yet. But to be honest, I did hit pan on something else quite recently that took me nearly 200 uses, so I am not too surprised with that. Then next up, in April of 2023, I rolled in this bronzer. This is the Revolution Vivid Baked Bronzer in the shade Golden Days, and it looks like this. Honestly, it looks like nothing has happened to it. It looks like it's still pretty much brand new, apart from the fact, you know, it is several years old and the packaging broke. So since April, so it's been 11 months now rolled in. I've used it 48 times. I feel like it's probably been used once a week. 48 times in a whole year, and there's 52 weeks in a year, so yeah, I think this has been used at least once a week. This is where we're up to, and I feel like maybe it is a little bit flatter at the top, like potentially, but there is again not yet any dip, and I think this is going to take a really long time to hit pan on, which I'm not surprised as it is a baked bronzer and they do take quite a long time to work through. Okay, in July 2023, I rolled in this eyeshadow. This is a solo eyeshadow from MAC in the shade Shroom, which looks like this. I feel like it's not, can you even see? There we go, you can see we have hit pan on it. I'm trying to angle it so you guys can see that I've hit pan on it. I think you can see it there maybe. Yeah, I have hit pan on this. It took me 60 uses, and I rolled it out in December of 2023, so it took me 6 or so months to hit pan on this, which I'm quite surprised at, given that it's a light shade, but it feels like it was quite hard packed. Anyway, we did eventually roll that out. Then for the highlighter, I rolled in this in September of 2023, and so it's now been, what, 6 months? This is the Belgian Waffle palette by BH Cosmetics, and in here I rolled in the shade Powdered Sugar, which is the only one that has any sort of disturbance on it, like, well, a lot. I mean, I guess this one has as well, but this is Powdered Sugar here, the lightest shade, and I have used this 23 times September, and this is where we're at right now. So yeah, so far we've just got a lot of disturbance. There is no pan as of yet, but we will just keep on trucking with this one. I'm working on quite a few highlighters at the moment though, so it is a struggle bus. Then in December, when I rolled out this eyeshadow, I rolled in this eyeshadow. This is another MAC Solo. This is in Satin Taupe, and I did hit pan on this. This was rolled out actually at the beginning of this month, March the 1st. This is where we're at right now. This took me 29 uses to hit pan. Again, I'm going to try and focus it so you guys can see I have hit pan on it. I think you can see it there, maybe. I feel like it's quite a small pan, but I have hit pan on it. I actually use this mainly as eyeliner, which is why I think it took me half the time it took me to get rid of this one, to hit pan on this one, as I was using this one as like an eyeliner like literally every single day. So I think that's probably why that went down a little bit faster. Okay, so then to replace that eyeshadow, I rolled in my next eyeshadow palette, which is this Sleek Au Naturel palette. This is a well-loved eyeshadow palette in my collection. This was the next item on my list, and I rolled in the shade Mineral Earth, which is this dark brown, like shimmery shade here on the bottom row. I have been primarily using this again as like an eyeliner to try and get through it a little bit more quickly, but that is where we're up to right now. Since it's only been in since the beginning of March, I have only used it 4 times, so we've got plenty of time to go until I probably hit pan on this one. I do expect that by my next update I will have hit pan on this one for sure, because as I use it as an eyeliner, I think it will go down quite fast. Alright, let's move on to my bonus pans. These are items that I've hit pan on in the last few months since my last update that I like to share with you guys as well, just over my general collection. So, firstly, we have got my Blushed Nudes palette by Maybelline New York. So last year I was doing this Project Level Up. Actually, I still am doing it. It's a project that I've been doing offline, and I had this rolled in as part of that project. It took me like over a year to complete this, by the way, but I had to roll in 2 eyeshadows to hit pan on. Anyway, in December of 2023, I hit pan on the top shade up here, this light shade up on the top row. It took me quite a long time to hit pan on it. I can't tell you how long it actually took me because I can't quite remember what the numbers were, and that was when I was able to complete that stage of the project. I have now moved on to the next stage, which is to use every single eyeshadow 3 times and pan 3 eyeshadows in a palette, which is what I'm working towards right now, which is going to be a mission, and I imagine it's going to take me a long time to complete that, but we're going to keep on trying. Okay, and then in December again, this was an eyeshadow palette. This is my NARS Skin Deep palette. I'm sure I've probably already shown you guys this, as I'm pretty sure I finished my Pan That Palette project since then. But I hit pan on Basic Instinct, which is this shade here, this shade on the second row. I hit pan on this one, and yeah, I feel like that was like an accomplishment. I really wanted to try and hit pan on that one before the end of that project, which I did do. So yeah, really happy with having done that. Just realised how dark it's getting behind me. Time's moving on quickly. Okay, and then finally, one of my biggest accomplishments over the past year, I'm not even joking, this has got to be one of my most favourite things ever that I've hit pan on recently. And to be honest with you, blushes are like my nemesis. I can never seem to hit pan on blushes. They just seem to just be never ending. So in January of 2024, a couple of months ago, this blush palette by Revolution, this Ultra Blush palette in Hot Spice, which is part of my project 50, where I'm trying to completely finish an item that I've rolled in. And an item, if it's a palette, is a shade. So I'm not completing the entire palette, I'm just completing a shade in there. So I rolled in the 6th shade and look at it. We have hit pan. Not only have we hit pan, but it has spread pretty far wide so far, and I'm so ecstatic. Like, honestly, I cannot tell you guys how excited I was when I hit pan on that, and the fact that it's growing at such a high speed now, because I had this blush rolled in last year for a different project, and honestly it looked like there was no movement at all. However, it did take me 192 uses to hit pan on this, which is an incredibly stupid amount of times. I think I started that project again in 2022, so I think it's taken me 2 years to hit pan on this, or like a year and a half to hit pan on this. So yeah, I'm ecstatic to finally say that I've hit pan on this one. So now the journey is to try and complete this and have this done, and to then be able to roll in something different in that project. So yeah, I'm so happy that that happened, because it just felt like it was never ending. Like, I feel like I've been making updates on that project for like the last 9 months, and I do quarterly updates on that project as well, and it just felt like I kept on saying it's going to happen soon because the rings are really showing, and it just wasn't happening. So the fact that this actually happened, and it was quite close to the start of the year, I was like, yes, that what a great start to the new year was to hit pan on this. And that's it. That is all that I have panned so far this quarter, this year in fact as well. Definitely still not completely set into wearing makeup literally every single day anymore, but I am trying to wear makeup as often as possible to try and get through these projects. But these projects, it's going to be slow and steady, but as you can tell, I do seem to get through eyeshadows a lot faster than I do with blushes and bronzers and highlighters actually. Yeah, that's not really a surprise, as blushes, bronzers and highlighters are much bigger pans versus an eyeshadow, which is quite small in comparison. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this project. The end is not near. I guesstimate that this is going to take me quite a few years to complete, which is going to be insane. And that is my update, and yeah, I'm really I'm happy with the progress. I keep on saying every quarter that I think, you know, the blush is going to be the one that's going to go next. Hasn't happened yet, but we'll see. I would like the blush to be gone and to work on my next blush, because I feel like this blush has just been hanging around for far too long now. It's been 2 years and we've not hit pan on it yet, so I think we're close. I mean, if it took me 192 days to hit pan on this blush, I reckon it's going to be around the same amount for that blush, which even if it's a smaller pan. So I reckon maybe 30 more uses, which I reckon would be probably in what month we're in now, so mid-March currently. So I reckon by mid-May or end of May, I reckon I'll have hit pan on that blush. Fingers crossed. I really hope that that happens. I basically update you guys on this project on a quarterly basis. So yeah, let's see where we're at in 3 months time, and I really hope that the blush is panned and that we're working on a different blush, and I hope that the highlighter has a dip in it and that the bronzer has like a, you know, a sizable dip in it. And I reckon I will be on different eyeshadows at that point too, but there we go. That is it. I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye guys.